Joining me now with more is Jessica Lappin. She's a president of Downtown Alliance. Jessica, welcome and congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
30 years is an incredible milestone. We enjoyed seeing you on the podium to celebrate here at the New York Stock Exchange. What else is in store for this big event?
Well, I mean, it was a thrill for me and for my team to have a chance to be here in this special place. We are proud of our service to the neighborhood over the last 30 years. And over the next 9 months, we will be celebrating with social media posts, with some events in the community, some events for our stakeholders, really to highlight both the people who have worked so hard on our behalf over the decades and how far the neighborhood has come.
And how have you seen the neighborhood transform over these past 3 decades?
Well, I mean, it's amazing. And our origin stories go back to some of the legends of New York. When David Rockefeller was at Chase Bank and our founding chairman was the vice chair at Chase, he'd worked for Governor Rockefeller as well. Really, some of the sort of titans of New York came together and said, this neighborhood is down on its heels. We had the worst vacancy rates since World War II. There was graffiti everywhere. The streets were empty. So how do we build an organization that first and foremost just looks at how to keep it clean, how to keep it safe, but ultimately over the years we fought for zoning to allow for residential housing. We have now 67,000 people who live in this neighborhood. We have 43 hotels, which is sort of incomprehensible a few decades ago, millions of tourists who come. So it's been a whole-scale transformation in terms of it becoming a 24/7 live-work neighborhood where people are choosing to raise families.
What are some of the iconic landmarks and or art installations that people, locals and tourists can enjoy in downtown Manhattan?
Well, obviously we've always had the Statue of Liberty, the Stock Exchange,
yes,
Federal Hall where George Washington was sworn in, or Fraunces Tavern where he said goodbye to his troops after the war. But clearly over time, whether it's the 9/11 Memorial and Museum to the Performing Arts Center at the World Trade Center site, there are new cultural offerings. And I think truly now, when I have friends who come to New York or family, this is a must-see, right? Whether they want to shop or do the traditional or some of the newer attractions, people come to New York, they want to spend a day or two downtown, which is very exciting for us.
How have you seen the neighborhood change since the coronavirus, maybe the most recent, relatively recent event that could have impacted the neighborhood?
Well, clearly, like most neighborhoods, for a short period, it emptied out. And people came back, though, much more quickly than we anticipated, especially on the residential side. It was a slower trickle for workers, but as you've seen, so many companies now are demanding that their employees be in the office much more of the time. So we've had our challenges, obviously. It's always hard when you see a neighborhood, wherever you are in the city, so empty. But I've been impressed and inspired by how fast the city as a whole really has bounced back since the coronavirus.
What are some of the other things that our viewers can look forward to here in downtown over the course of this next year?
Well, Printemps will be opening right in your backyard here at 1 Wall Street. It's the French department store, well known in Paris. It's their first North American location. They're going to have restaurants in addition to the shopping. So that is a big, big deal for the city and for us in Lower Manhattan. So that's one we're watching with anticipation for sure.
That'll be exciting. Of course, we always enjoy having folks like yourself here at the Stock Exchange, our downtown neighbors, we should say. Jessica Lappin, thank you so much for joining.
My pleasure. Thank you.